I'm very sad to tell you all about Cyclone Biparjoy storm. This storm has come to affect India, which is a very painful incident for my country. There is still no clarity about the cause of Cyclone Biparjoy, but according to speculations, the storm may have originated due to the increase in temperature and the warming of the seacoasts. This storm has affected a lot of areas. The major affected areas include West Bengal, Odisha, Jharkhand, and Bihar. On June 12, the IMD issued alerts to local authorities in Gujarat, encouraging them to prepare for possible evacuations. Residents in coastal areas were warned to stay indoors as the storm approached. Gujarat's government responded by dispatching national and state disaster response teams to the affected areas. 81,000 people were evacuated from Pakistan's southeast coast. At least 23 people were injured as well as 4,600 villages were affected by power outages in India. A total of 12 people were confirmed to have been killed. The people here are facing a lot of problems since the arrival of the storm. The loss of houses, destruction of vegetation, and unsustainable submergence have increased the death rate. This scene disturbs the mind and gives pain. The impact of the storm on the future could be very serious. Due to floods, submergence, and atmospheric change, the movement of such storms has become common. We have to deal with this element and be proactive to prevent it. Cyclone Biparjoy has explained its raging saga somewhere. The storm has affected various localities such as Gandhinagar, Puri, Jamshedpur, Darbhanga, and Aurangabad. It melts our hearts to see the scenes of devastation everywhere. The causation time of a severe thunderstorm can be very long, but its duration usually lasts only a few days. The storm may continue in the sea area near Darbhanga and Bengal. We should be prepared and follow the instructions of the government. The government is working hard to reduce the effects of the storm. Government organizations are being arranged for relief operations, rescue operations, and to help the affected people. We should work together with them and help them to deal with this huge crisis. The role of the media is extremely important at this time. We should cooperate and share information related to the storm by taking people into cognizance. Vigilance and protection are needed, and the media can help us with this. Thus, Cyclone Biparjoy has caused a lot of damage to our country and it is still continuing. We must come together to provide strategic and economic support so that those affected can be prepared and safe. To overcome this crisis, we have to work unitedly. Despite this terrible calamity, we have to look ahead and think how we can deal with the impact of such natural disasters in the future. We have to understand our environmental responsibility and increase our efforts to conserve wildlife. The government should also work hard in this regard. There will be a need for technical and scientific research and development at a high level so that we can reduce the impact of such storms in the coming days. Disaster management plans will have to be strengthened so that we can reach the affected areas at the earliest for relief operations. Along with this, we need to increase awareness in our community. People have to be prepared for the coming of the storm with restraint and alertness. You will have to take responsibility for your safety in the designated places for security. Finally, I have to consider how unique and important our nature is when considering this tragic incident. We have the responsibility to preserve it, and at the same time, we have to keep in mind the ways of living with the environmental changes. It is not only for us but also for the future generations. With this emotional message, let us conclude here by appreciating the solidarity of the Cyclone Biparjoy storm, the Indian government struggle, and the help of the medium. We have to face the problems unitedly and cooperate in the time of crisis. It is hoped that with our efforts, we all will be able to build a safe, nature-loving and empowered society in future.